Hello, everybody. I made some notes here, something that I remembered a couple years ago, and I would like to share with you. Oh, I forgot my ear here. Anyway, I remember when my son was like about 2 years old, one and a half, 2 years old. I took him to a babysitter because I needed to go to work. And the problem that is that I could not send him to an uncle or aunt. I needed to have actually a babysitter, and I was new at the area, and I didn't have family members close to me. So I decided to just take to the babysitter. My neighbor said, "Oh, there is this great babysitter over there. Go there and drop your son off. She's really good." So by my neighbor telling me the lady was really good, I did the dropping him off. And my son, at that time, he was very calm baby. He wasn't like he nervous or anything. And he was always like sweet and not really like the kind of baby that scream or cry for any reason. So I went to picking him up at the end of the day because I went to work. So when I came back to picking him up, I was surprised to see that he started crying, and he looked at me, start crying, and he came to me running, and he could barely walk, but he came really fast. And while I was picking him up, and I was like, this is strange because I have never seen my son acting like that. And when I wanted to put him in sleep, I always like to leave a little light for the kids. I never like to have a total darkness inside the room. So at night, if they decide to get up, I would go and check on them. So I would go check if they were still sleeping or not. So it would be easier for me to see. But it was very little light, but I had some light in the room. What happened is next day I went to work again, and I needed to go and take my son to the babysitter because I said, well, it seems that it was okay. I hope it was okay. It was a little strange because I said, I have never seen my son to act like the way he acted. So I went there, and I wanted to drop him off. When he saw the house, he started screaming inside the car. When I was going to drop him off, but he was making so much noise. He was like fighting me. He didn't want to get out of the car. He didn't get out. He didn't want to get out of the car seat. And I was like, what's going on? I did not know what was going on. So I wanted to talk with the babysitter, and then I said, what's going on? My son, he doesn't want to come over. What happened yesterday? And she turned to me, she said, your son was not behaving, he was not listening, so I locked him up inside the bathroom. And I was like, in the bathroom? And the bathroom had no windows, okay? And she said, yes, this is how I make the kids to behave. But instead, he was screaming, and I turned to her and said, did you leave the light on or the light off? No, he was in the dark, she said. Oh, I wanted to rip that woman's heart apart, telling you the truth. It was really hard for me to listen to that. She was actually telling me she locked my son, 1.5 years old, inside the bathroom with totally darkness. He didn't have one light, and he was screaming, screaming, screaming. She would not open the door. So I ask you guys, how many of you needed to go and take the baby to a babysitter? I think it's really hard. I wish I had what I have today, because today it would be different, because I would not need to worry about going to take my child to a babysitter. I wish my life was a little different. I wish I had opportunities that I didn't have at that time that I have today, for me to be able to not go to work, for me to be able to do something, to help my child. So I was really frustrated. I even took notes because I don't remember, but a couple of things. But one thing that I remember, that my son was terrified. He was horrified by the woman locking him up inside the room, the dark room. Yes, one thing that happened, as he grew older, and he did not like it. He does not like it to, today he's 21 years old. He doesn't like it to be in the total darkness. I think that must have affected him somehow. And it is a huge, huge problem, because no child should go through what he did. What happened to me that day? I didn't go to work. I missed a day of work. And after that, I even quit my job because I couldn't do anything. What am I going to do? Am I going to allow him to be with somebody else? I was terrified that my child was going to be in the hands of someone that I didn't even know, that my neighbor, who I trusted, I thought she was, she was telling me it was a good woman, a good person to watch my child. I couldn't believe this happened to me, So I totally understand, when you go out there and go to work, you need to leave your child with somebody else you don't know, can be terrifying, can be horrible. And that's why I come today and I say, I have a solution. I have a solution. Many people don't know, but the thing that I would like to do is to help those who are looking somehow to get to that point where you don't need to go to work outside the house. You can stay at home and do the things that you need to do. I know that this may be, for some people, say, hey, why aren't you at home now and not working? Well, I just started. I didn't start a long time ago, but I have seen girls like Ashley and Alicia and Michelle, so many other girls, that they are making so much money and they are taking care of their family, and they don't need to go to work anymore, because the business they built on their own, okay, by helping others. This is what made them successful. So if you'd like to know more about, if you have the same situation as I had before, trying to get the child to a place so you could go work. If you are in a situation that you don't want to drop your kid anymore to any babysitter, you just want to take care of them, drop an emoji. Tell me, okay? Share with me your thoughts. What you want to do with your life. Now is the time to change. I can't change for you. You need to make the decision. Is now the decision, and you should know we're here to give you support, to teach you how. So if you'd like to learn more, like I said, drop emoji, okay, or send me a message. I'll be more than glad to help you and to share with you all my thoughts and everything that I learned so far. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.